shaman, psychic Sid. I am psychic Sid. I'm a professional astrologer, psychic shaman, medium, seer, volleyball player. All information for this in the description box down below. Congrats on the products that I sell, there's in the description box down below. Thank you so much for your kind comments, likes, subscriptions, donations, readings, bookings, and referrals. And you may have a sun, moon, ascendant, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Virgo. You could be energetically connecting to someone who does, or you just came across this reading and it resonates for you. Okay? Okay. So future for Virgo, please, and finances. Remember to come back to the reading to see if it resonates for you, because everything that comes out in this reading is a prediction for the future, which means it has not happened yet. What's the future, please, for Virgo and finances and money? Okay. So there's a big hyper emphasis on you are the people that you keep around you, essentially. Say yes to the things you think you can't do. And the people you spend the most time with shape who you are. Okay? You also have partnership. I would check out Sagittarius's reading, because they also had say yes to the things you think you can't do for their money advice. The hidden money advice that you have is that it's time for you to build some relation. Look at this. I'm talking about time to build some relationships. And the bracelets that my husband got me are like, so it could be time for you to build some partnership, build some relationships, and that will help increase your business profits, okay? You don't have to do things alone, and time for you to make use of your available resources, okay? You may receive a money or an offer from someone that you know in regards to money and finances, okay? So it's time for you to partner up, build some business partnerships, okay? And be aware of the people that you're spending the most time around, because the people that you spend the most time around are the people who shape who you are, okay? What is the future? What is the future for Virgo, please, in love and romance? What is the future for Virgo in love and romance? In love and romance, please. What's the future for Virgo? In love and romance. What's the future for Virgo? In love and romance. Hidden energy. So I would again go check out Sagittarius's reading, because Sagittarius also had excitement for their hidden energy. You have dating and romance. Okay. So this could be like having drinks with your significant other, or having drinks with somebody. There is emotion here, because if you see the full moon here, so there is emotion being expressed, emotion being released. Emotional energy being released. There is romance and love here that has blossomed, very healthy, nurtured. This is also like when we think of the cup, the biggest thing we think of is self-love, that the people that you are energetically connecting to in regards to love and romance also love themselves. This can be like if you're in a relationship, you love yourself, your significant other loves themselves. And because of that love that you guys have for yourself, the love that you have for whoever you believe in, like for some of you may believe in God, right? The love that you have for God, the love that you have for yourself, allows you to have a healthy relationship with someone else who's also in that frequency and in that vibration. Let's see what your future is. I see you being very excited regarding love. Okay, I'm romantic, like SIKIKSYD, you know, is popping right now in regards to your love life. It's going in your favor. It's going the way that you want. It's like you want to hold hands with this person and they want to hold hands with you. We have the horses here. There's movement. because Gemini is your brother sign, there is an ease when it comes to you tapping into this energy, because you and Gemini come from the same planet, so it is Gemini season. So there's a couple of perks and benefits that you're receiving during this time, Virgo. What's the future for Virgo, please? Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Devil. Eight of Wands. So you have the World, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Capricorn. Aquarian energy, Seven of Pentacles, Taurus, and Saturn can be Capricorn, Aquarius energy. Then you have the Devil, Capricorn energy, Aquarian energy. Eight of Wands, Sagittarius, and Mercury can be Gemini, Virgo energy. So you have the Boris, you have Gremlins, and then you have Demon, and then you have Hydra. Okay. All right. So you've completed a 30-year cycle, but there's also like you could be traveling somewhere foreign. You can be dating someone who's from a different like ethnicity or country than you. I do feel like you could be very well traveled. When we're talking about the Boris, we're talking about feminine and masculine energy because it's assertion and penetration at the same time, eating and swallowing at the same time. That is what the Boris represents. I also feel like you're famous, you're very well known. Like a lot of people know you. Some of you are going to an astrologer, or you could be an astrologer. It's like you've completed a cycle successfully. And you're like, okay, what's the next chapter? Like, what do I invest in next? Some of you guys could be deciding to retire, or you're like looking at your investments, you're looking at your money, you're like looking at what have you put your time, energy, and effort into on a daily basis. And that was based off of what you thought your value and your worth was. And now you're looking at it as like, okay, what is that being represented as to society? How am I, what is my reputation? Then you have the Devil. You're recognizing that there has been, this can be like addiction, this can be toxicity, this can be an addiction to anything. Now, when we're talking about the Devil, we're talking about physical manifestation, because anything in the physical manifestation can, technically speaking, become demonic based off of our ability as human beings to become addicted to it, right? So this could be anything in the physical reality. This could be a person, place, or thing, right, that you have an obsession or an addiction to. This could also be like, I feel like you have felt stagnant in what to do next, what to invest in next. Stagnant with the things you've invested in, feeling like, okay, I'm now looking at what I've invested in. I finally completed something. You know, I did it successfully. Now I'm looking at what I've invested in. What's been holding you is how you appear. What's been holding you is, you know, you caring a lot about what society thinks of you or how you'll appear to society. What's been halting you, it honestly makes me feel like a feeling of like there's this an obsession of how it will appear, what you'll be known as. Hidden energy is the Eight of Wands. That's what you don't see coming. And that is, you know, messages of love, messages of communication, moving rapidly, travel, messages going back and forth. It feels like, you know, like video chat or a phone call. Now, I also feel like when it comes to love, right, you think of someone as like the whole wide world. You're like, I look at this person like the whole wide world. Like, girl, you don't understand. I look at them like the whole wide world, or vice versa, right? They look at you like you're the whole wide world, Virgo. They're like, Virgo is a planet I wish to reside forever. Okay? And they want to invest in you. They just analyzing you, watching you, looking at you. And there's a strong, like, obsession that they have with you, a strong, like, a sense of, like, they can't get enough of you. They cannot get enough of you. They recognize the inner workings of the good and bad of you being human, Virgo. You know, we all are aware that the imperfection of Virgo is the need for perfectionism and detail, right? And if you look, we actually see the gremlins looking at all the details, looking at everything, trying to clean, trying to work, trying to get every screw, trying to look at every single little inner working. If you look, there's actually a little person here trying to defeat this giant beast. And it's actually a little knight. I don't know if you can see that. Taking action, right, with a sword. So the way to solve this is through logic, intellect, communication. I feel like this is battling one's emotions. That's what I think it honestly is battling one's emotions. Recognizing the painful things that we experience and learning from it. You're like your mentality changing. When it comes to philosophy, psychology, and spirituality, that changes. It's like these little details, right, that you become obsessed with. Like you can't even move to the next step because you're so obsessed with the little details. It's like finally conquering a sense of stagnancy, obsession that is causing stagnancy. Conquering that. Conquering that. What is your advice? Let's look at your advice, Virgo. Wow. I feel like it's like letting it burn. You know, this almost makes me feel like when trying to look at every little detail and make something perfect, right? To the point where it no longer serves you, right? And it's like you're recognizing that you're human. Like you're recognizing what makes you toxic. And everybody has a little something that makes them toxic, okay? You're recognizing what is dark and what is light in you. What is good, what is bad. What are some things that you would want to improve within yourself? And that your toxic trait is that you find things that you want to improve within yourself or within your life, and you obsess over it to the point that you become stagnant. And you're finally overcoming that with your mind, with your logic, with your intellect. You're finally battling that emotional beast. Wow, I'm proud of you. What is the future, please, for Virgo? This is definitely a new way of thinking. Yeah, the moon, the darkness. Your hidden energy being growth plants, number 19 and number 7. Someone's pregnant as well. Congratulations. I also feel like some of you guys could be opening up like rehabilitation centers or investing in working on some kind. For some of you, it's like investing in some kind of something you can't get enough of. Some of you will be financially investing in something you can't get enough of. And also recognizing what are you spending your time on or around. And recognizing that you are what you put your time and energy and effort into. If you see there's actual growth in a being, you are what you you are what you eat. You know, like this animal eats plants. You are what you eat. You are who you spend your time with. Eagles don't flock with pigeons. Growth plants. I also feel like saying recognize that you've grown a lot. Like by recognizing what may be not so positive within yourself, right? It's also recognizing like it's recognizing what you need to invest your time, energy, and effort into in order to become a better human being, essentially. What is it that you need to improve on? Some of you guys could be starting a new vitamin routine, eating more plants. I also see if you're in a relationship, like you and your significant other falling in love with each other more and more every day. It's like you just keep falling in love with each other. It feels like you're very stable during this time. There's also emotional maturity and discipline. And it's like awareness of being honest with oneself. That confusion, right, stems from lack of awareness, darkness. And that you've grown from that. You've actually grown from the darkness. You've grown in silence, like you've worked hard in silence. You see, this woman actually can't see, right? But she can feel. It's like you faced your fears. That's what I'm seeing in the future. It's like you face your fears. You face your greatest challenge and difficulty, which is yourself. It's not some person, place, or thing out there. Although many times it feels like it is. It's you, right? I see you having a rags to riches story, like a successful story. And you loving what you do. Like, I feel like you love what you do for work. I also see you working with children, or maybe rapping, dancing, acting, singing, maybe working in sports. I also see you feeling like I have a new chance at life. I have the opportunity to live again. I have the opportunity to be somebody new. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with growing. There's nothing wrong with becoming anew. Nothing wrong with becoming a new you. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar. Because I'm seeing bees. It's also talking about like working with other people could really positively impact you. And when you are working with other people, be kind. Okay? And if you do have to help, don't humiliate. If you're humiliating, you are not helping. when we think of the moon is also an illusion, right? It's like you are able to get through illusion, darkness, fear, with your intuition, emotional maturity. You are able to get through fear and darkness with emotional maturity, emotional discipline, groundedness. And that does show that you've grown a lot, Virgo. This has been your reading, Virgo. Thank you so much for supporting SIKIKSYD. If you're interested in the products that I sell, those are in the description box down. These are like 2 eyes. I'm looking at it. Isn't that interesting? There's 2 eyes and this person has none. It almost makes me feel like the high priestess when, like, usually it could be moon and Virgo energy as well. So if you're in a relationship, you are catered to in that relationship. If you're single, you're recognizing that you have commitment issues. Like if you're single feminine energy, you recognize you have commitment issues. And that you go after connections that start off emotional and then they don't ground themselves in the physical reality, or they become physical and then they just become emotional. And then is that just because you're trying to learn more about yourself, more about the world, more about your emotions? Yeah. If you're in a relationship and you're feminine energy, I see that you're catered to in that relationship. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or an Aquarius. Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. Yes. On the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Ophiuchus. Pisces, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Sagittarius, Ophiuchus. Yeah. This has been your reading. Thank you so much for supporting SIKIKSYD. If you're interested in the process, so there's a description box down below. Amen and Ashe.